Chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crimetic connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls obsessed with dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here's your disclaimer, chatters. The following Crime Chat contains adult content and descriptions of kind of violent scenarios today. So your listener discretion is advised.
You've been warned. And before I get into today's Crime Chat, Kat, what shenanigans have you been up to?
Well, we're recording this before Christmas. It comes out right after Christmas. But I've been rushing around trying to get Christmas presents out and mailed out. I'm just so far behind.
It's
me too. Ridiculous.
Me too. I love your look. Love the hat, your makeup look,
I'm very
everything.
Festive.
Yes. Chatters, we've already established that Kat looks like Christmas and I look like the day after Christmas.
I happened to be just wearing, I didn't change my clothes. I just threw a hat on. So it's cat in the hat. Mm-hmm. But I happen to have a red shirt on today. So, oh gosh, other than that, really, by the time this comes out, volume 2 will be out.
These Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yes.
I have something to review with you. I have something to, theory.
Let's get into it. So, remember, so we were talking to Trevin and Amanda.
Yes.
And we could have done a whole episode on Stranger Things.
We could have. And you know what? Their minds would have been blown from the theory, I'm going to tell you. Oh,
well, I do think Amanda's theory is right.
Her theory is, what's the theory?
That Jonathan's going to die.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
Now, I will say, I watched, apparently YouTube knows me, and I get all these different videos about Stranger Things, like just the different, they play games, doing interviews, just like behind the scenes and all the things. And there was one where Duffer Brothers were just on Jimmy Fallon, Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. And it was the first time they made their appearance. Jimmy brought out all these bobbleheads, and it had all the different characters.
Right.
And they said, don't spoil the ending for us, but can you use the bobbleheads and act it out, basically. Yeah. Not saying anything, just put the bobbleheads in a certain way or whatever. So 11 bobblehead gets put into a glass of water, because you know how she's in the water when she does other things.
Right.
And what got me was they had Steve. And they put Steve all the way to the edge of the desk, so he was like half on, half off. And I want to say, what are their names? Matt and Ross?
The Duffer Brothers? I don't know their first names.
Alexa, who are the Duffer Brothers? What's their first names?
Matt and Ross Duffer.
Matt and Russ. I said Ross.
Are identical.
Alexa, stop. So Matt and Russ. So Russ was the one that put Steve like right there on the edge. He's like half on, half off. He's balancing. And then Matt, like right at the last second, went to go move him a little bit further, and Steve bobblehead fell. And I'm going, So when I watched this video, I was in the kitchen and I just started like cracking up. And Chris was in the living room and he's like, what's so funny? And I was like, do you want to know? Like, do you really want to know? Because sometimes we have different levels of humor. And I was like, oh my God, and the whole audience, like the late night and everything. Jimmy Fallon, huge Stranger Things fan. Caleb McLaughlin was just on there, the one that plays Lucas. Sorry, it took me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on there. And he's had Gaten Mendozazo, he's had Noah they've all been on there. And the last time that Millie, so her middle name is actually Bonnie, but when she became an actress, she changed it to Bobby. But her actual name is Millie Bonnie Bon Jovi. Just a fun fact if you didn't know that.
Okay.
Like I said, all the Stranger Things comes up on my algorithm. So the last time that she was on Jimmy Fallon, basically saying thank you for being so kind to me and so welcoming and such a supporter. You remember the bracelet that 11 got back in season 2, I want to say? It was like a friendship bracelet.
From?
Oh, who did she get it from?
It had to be from Max or not Erica.
No, it wasn't Erica.
That time?
She went to the mall.
Oh, with Max. Who did 11 get a bracelet from? From Hopper. So Hopper apparently gave her the bracelet, and that actual bracelet She gave it to Jimmy Fallon.
Oh.
Basically as like a thank you gift. So yeah, it was really, really cool. Okay, so let's talk about your theories. Or theory.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to blow the lid off of this. Now, everything you thought you knew about Stranger
You're going to make
Things.
my jingle jangle?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be just, okay.
Okay.
What about this? What if the upside down is not what it is? Let's say like the upside down could be a psychic manifestation of trauma. Okay. So the upside down started at Hawkins' lab with the children the night everybody died.
Right.
And she threw that guy into, what's his name?
Number one.
Number one.
Henry. She threw him into the wall. Yep.
So let's just say that the upside down is a psychosis or like a connectivity between all the children.
Okay.
Almost like an energy of their trauma in this bizarro world they connected with that night. And the mind flare is a manifestation of their trauma. Now wait, my theory gets better.
Okay.
So in a way, in my theory, those children did not die that night. Those children transformed into demigorgons. And that's why number one has control over them.
Okay.
And it also links to Dungeons and Dragons. So that is, back then, that was the game kids played with.
Right.
So to have Dungeons and Dragons in that facility, in that game room, could have happened. So that's the connection.
Okay.
So the only way to eliminate the upside down from this overwhelming, violent trauma that is constantly in a whirlwind of this kinetic energy of them constantly in this state of what he did to them.
Yeah.
The only way to get rid of it is if everybody with the number dies. And that also includes Will now.
Does it though? Well, I mean, I guess because he is part of Vecna.
He's part of.
So what about all the children just recently kidnapped at the end of first volume? Seen some teasers and stuff. You know, they're all welcome to this house. They join Holly there.
Yeah.
But what if, like, all those children who are now, just like Will did, had the umbilical cord to the mouth, attached to the mouth, right? Would it mean all those children too? Poor Derek?
No, I think the children that he's introducing now is going to be his wills, his connection to kind of widen his scope in the upside down.
But
they're all connected. It's like a hive mind.
Well, they have them though, right? So as they're connected, Holly really isn't in this world. In reality, she's connected through the umbilical cord, right?
Right.
So all the other children that he just kidnapped, essentially, also are there.
Are going to be that way, yeah. And they're going to be plugged into the upside down. But the original creators of the upside down were all those children. And that's why they immediately, once the world opened up, I feel like, what if they are the Demigorgons?
Yeah.
What if when they got sucked in, they were so broken and devastated and all this stuff happening. You saw it with what he was doing to the kids.
Right, but it's
just
Demogorgons.
pure emotion.
There's so many Demogorgons. And so with 11... there was 10. That's it.
Oh, that's true.
So it was 1 through 11.
But there were a bunch of kids that were on the floor that day.
Well, there was only 10 of them that were numbered, that were part of that number. So do you remember early, I want to say it might have been season 1, maybe season 2, where they're in the room and they're doing the testing with one another and seeing which one was more powerful? There was only 11 of them there. And number 1 was, he was the one that was in charge of strapping the children down and kind of controlling everything. And then he obviously lost his mind.
Right. So
went crazy, killed all the kids.
My theory has holes.
I'm just saying, there was only 11 technically, 1 being Henry, 2 being 11. And then Callie got out somehow, number 8.
Yeah.
Remember in season 3, she met her sister.
Yeah.
And then we saw in the first volume of season 5, Callie's back. Yeah. I don't know. So I guess that would be only 8 of them would have died, but there's a lot more Demogorgons than there are of those. However, doesn't mean that there hasn't been.
Do we know how many Demogorgons there are?
There's so many. I mean, the Hopper killed 5 or 6 in Russia.
Okay.
At the prison.
Can they rejuvenate?
Possibly.
I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's something.
I like it, though. No, it makes sense. Like,
I feel like there's no finale without 11 dying. Like, 11 can't exist in both worlds. Like, I feel like in order for this to have a real true conclusion, I feel like what happened to her has got to have an ending, and it's got to be with her going. And I feel like Will's, like we spoke about this, where Will is definitely the sorcerer. Definitely.
Sure. Yeah.
So like, I feel like his power, and if you notice with Will, he really didn't need to scream or try or have something traumatic happen to him in order for him to control 3.
Right. Yes.
It was refreshing to see, because normally when we see 11, she's like screaming and all this energy for this one Demigorgon or whatever she's doing. Yeah. But it seemed like Will had it innate, like it just came from within without him really thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to die too.
So the only way they could destroy Vecna is by
they have to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I can't wait. So that's my unhinged theory.
Oh my God. Chatters, chime in.
And I can't wait for it to start. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Gosh. Have you seen any previews for Volume 2?
I have not. I've been staying away from it.
Okay. Well, I won't tell you then.
Okay.
Because you're right about something, but I won't tell you. And I know it just from a 60-second clip.
Wait, a piece of my theory is correct?
Well, what you know about D&D.
About Will.
Yes.
Yeah, Will is going to be... So, like I explained to you about the difference between a wizard and a sorcerer, right?
Right. Yeah.
So...
that's confirmed.
Oh!
In the 60-second clip that I saw for
Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So a sorcerer, he like his bloodline goes like things that we don't know. And I don't think Vecna understood that he literally had a bloodline for magic, and he plugged him in. Yep. And he almost like awoken this incredible power that Will probably cannot control.
Yep. But doesn't know how to. But
it's going to be violent, and it's going to be all these things. And I can't wait. I'm so here for it. So here for it. Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
You never know, chatters. Maybe Natalie is onto something.
We will be talking about this in the next Crime Chat intro.
Yes, we will. TBD.
All right. For today's episode, you asked me to list some cases with bad Santas.
Yeah. And I'll kind of explain why when I get into my story.
Okay.
By the way, our person today is not a bad Santa.
Okay.
Is it Christmas related?
No, but I'll explain.
Okay.
Which was also my question.
Okay. Okay, so I pulled 5 different bad Santa stories from all over the world.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
So the first one is called Spiking Santa.
Oh.
In December 2011, the holiday spirit at Berlin Christmas Market took a dark turn. Shoppers were approached by a man dressed as Santa Claus, cheerfully offering free mulled wine and eggnog, the kind that no one would question during that time of year. You just take it and drink it and feel warm and fuzzy inside, right?
They have Glühwein, hot red wine. Glühwein.
There you go.
Yeah. And Christmas markets, by the way, in Germany are the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I bet they are.
They are gorgeous. And they had St. Nicholas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, and St. Nicholas is offering them this drink, so why wouldn't you trust this guy, right?
Yeah.
Within hours, people were getting violently ill. Dozens of visitors reported nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and confusion. Several lost consciousness and had to be rushed to the ER. What first looked like food poisoning quickly turned into a criminal investigation. Police tested, like the tests that they did on the drinks, like they were testing everything.
Yeah.
They figured out that the drinks that were handed out by Santa were spiked with a dangerous mix of drugs, including GHB, commonly known as the date rape drug, and ecstasy. So he had this crazy concoction.
But why?
Authorities called it extremely serious, warning that the combination could have been fatal,
Yeah.
especially in the cold weather and the crowd conditions. Mm-hmm. But the most unsettling part is they never caught the suspect.
Oh.
The only thing witnesses told police is that it was Santa. They had no idea who was under the Santa costume. It looked like Santa.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you see what I posted today in our VIP chatter group?
No.
On Facebook chatters? It's a video that is Santa being interviewed like on like a Dateline type of thing.
Yeah.
And he came down the chimney, was having some cookies, and found a body. And so the interviewer is like asking him leading questions, and he's like, "Hey, I know where you're going." Yeah, so what? I tried a couple cookies. It's so cute.
That is cute. I have to watch it. Okay. Well, okay. So what's really disturbing is this is not the first run-in with a criminal Santa in this area. This was the second time it happened. The first time it happened was in December 2010 when another man dressed up as Santa Claus walked into the Berlin supermarket. I would really stay away from their markets in Berlin. He threatened staff and he robbed the store before fleeing. The costume that helped him blend in, like there were no suspects.
Yeah.
Santa was the villain this year.
Yeah. Santa was the Krampus.
Yes. Number 2, murdered for stealing a kiss.
Oh.
In Atlanta, Georgia, a man named Elkin Donnie Clark was working as a mall Santa when an argument broke out. According to police records, Clark accused a 74-year-old woman of stealing $145 worth of Hershey's Kiss chocolates. Hershey Kisses.
Hershey Kisses, yeah.
That's a lot of chocolate, $145. So he accused her of stealing that much. So what happened next, Chuck? Witnesses, authorities say that Clark grabbed a wooden board and beat the elderly woman, striking her repeatedly in the head and the face. When another woman stopped the assault, Clark allegedly threatened her as well, escalating the scene from an argument to outright violence.
Wow.
Emergency services were called. The victim was rushed to the hospital with severe head injuries, and she died later as a result of these injuries.
Oh my gosh.
Clark was charged with assault, and the case quickly drew national attention, not because of the brutality, but because the man responsible was dressed as Santa Claus. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No one expects that.
No.
Oh, my Lord.
This is the dark side of Santa.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Our next story is called Armed Robbery for the Elves.
Oh, I'm gonna have my elf hat on. Uh-oh.
In 2009, a man named David Cotton walked into a Tennessee bank dressed head to toe as Santa Claus. Beard, red suit, big sack, the whole North Pole package, except for one critical extra, a gun.
Oh.
According to investigators, Cotton claimed he needed the money to pay the elves.
Don't they get paid in peppermints or something?
Oh my God.
I think so, yeah.
Hot cocoa. Inside the bank, he pointed the weapon and demanded cash. Employees complied, stuffing money into Santa's sack while customers looked on in disbelief.
That is
Cotton
insane.
Escaped the bank without being caught. But Santa didn't retire. Months later, Cotton struck again, this time on St. Patrick's Day, swapping the red suit for a leprechaun costume. Same playbook, different holiday. But this time it ended very differently because there was a shootout and he got shot, killed.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's no magic in those leprechaun shoes.
All right, our next story, number 4, the Covina Massacre. This is the night Santa became a true nightmare.
Oh, dear.
On Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2008, in Covina, California, a 45-year-old man named Bruce Jeffrey Pardo arrived at a family holiday party dressed up as Santa. He carried a large wrapped present, smiling as he walked up to the home where his ex-wife and her new family was celebrating. I guess she didn't know under the suit was her ex-husband.
Oh, dear.
Assume that
Somebody ordered a Santa for the party.
Did somebody order a Santa?
Yeah. Nobody suspected a thing.
Gosh.
Moments after entering the house, he pulled out a handgun and opened fire on the guests inside. After shooting, he poured fire accelerant throughout the home and set it ablaze, turning the house into an inferno.
Yeah.
9 people were killed, some from gunshot wounds, others were burned alive. He fled the scene, and he was later found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, investigators determined the motive was rooted in revenge over his recent divorce, including financial disputes and personal resentment.
That doesn't happen.
No,
Never.
No. The Santa costume once again allowed him to approach the situation, unbothered. And our last one, Santa got stuck. This bad Santa's crime spree ended in a chimney. In December 2014, a man named Jesse Berube decided to take the Santa myth a little too literally. Dressed like Santa Claus, Jesse attempted to break into a building by climbing down the chimney, thinking this would work. Of course, it did not. Those suckers get to like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's big at first and then they just go down to like a pipe size.
That's what it's for.
I know. But people aren't thinking that. Like
they think a chimney because Santa does it all the time.
Well, I guess the old chimneys, because they had those chimney people that would go down and clean it. So I guess the old ones were more lateral, like going straight down vertically. Yeah. But now they have a whole pipe system.
But they do that because of the smoke. I mean, you don't want the smoke to come back into the house. It's like this funnel system, so the smoke goes out and doesn't kill you.
Right. So halfway down, he became physically stuck, unable to move up or down, trapped, panicked, and quickly realizing that he made several poor life choices. So he did the only thing left to do. He called 911 on himself. Yeah. Firefighters and police arrived to free him from the chimney, a rescue that drew plenty of attention with zero sympathy. Once Santa was safely removed, officers immediately placed him under arrest for attempted burglary. That are my 5 bad Santa stories. All around the world.
Woo! I've got 2 things before I get into my story. The first thing is, so we were talking about Gremlins last time. I told you I'd watched Gremlins. And we were talking about Santa getting stuck in the chimney. Do you remember Phoebe Cates' character when she was telling about what happened to her dad? That just reminded me of that. I was like, why was this okay for me to watch as a kid?
Oh, yeah. No, are you kidding me?
Her dad burned alive in the chimney.
The shit that we watched back then. And we weren't stopped. We would go to the movie theater for rated R and nobody stopped us. Like, it was just a completely different time.
Yeah. Well, the second thing is I have a Christmas miracle for you. Ooh. I wrote the 12 Days of Ed Gein. Oh. Remember?
Wait, a song?
I wrote a song. So you did your Ed Gein story and you were listing out all of the different things that police found in his house. And I was like, why does 12 Days of Christmas come to mind? And you're like, oh my God, you have to write that song. I forgot to do it. And then as I was like remembering, I was like, oh crap. I got to do it before it's not Christmas anymore.
Are you going to sing this episode?
I'm going to sing it in a way that's going to be completely off chord and off timing.
Because of the mic?
No. Because of the words.
Oh, okay.
On the 12th day of Christmas, again left for me. I should say, again left for the CrimeChat. 12 body parts, 11 bones as furniture, 10 human skulls, 9 volves in a shoebox, 8 to 9 masks, several female nipples, female fingernails, and an unknown number of human skull bones. That's supposed to be 5. 4 women's noses, 3 face masks, 2 lips on a window shade, and a women's suit made from human skin.
Excellent. Excellent. Love it. Great job.
That took a lot of creativity, and thank you, Gemini. I was like, so seriously, I was asking Gemini, how many nipples were on Ed Gein's belt? Like, Seriously. Sorry, FBI. Dude, I'm just curious. I'm just curious, dude.
I know. We're on the list somewhere.
Well, okay. So getting into the story, I was introduced to the story by somebody I know who's wishing to remain anonymous because it's very closely related to the story, and it is very, very recent.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
Like, this just happened within the last 2 months.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, thank you, anonymous chatter. It was also introduced to me by said friend that basically he looks like Santa. And I looked at his picture, and he's adorable. He's adorable.
Wait, the chatter looks like Santa?
No. The subject of our topic today looks like Santa, and unfortunately, he is a victim of a crime.
Oh.
So you bastards, you killed Santa. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's all the Christmas tied to the story is. So in November 2025, 69-year-old Roger Pitt Sr. of Greene County, New York, was reported missing. His family had not heard from him since October 5th. Just before Thanksgiving, his body was found buried on his property, where his son, his daughter-in-law, and his granddaughter's boyfriend were all arrested for his murder in the attempt in covering up the crime.
Oh, my God.
But why?
Yeah.
Ugh. Bastards, you killed Santa. I'm just saying, his picture is adorable. His picture does look like he would play a mall Santa. He would. There's no indication that he had, but he does look like Santa, and he has the face of a very kind and caring man.
Oh.
Now, the incident took place in Cairo. Cairo is in Greene County, New York. It's near Catskill, and it's just west of the Hudson River. And do a little mapography in here because we're both from that state, originally from that state. So Cairo is about 200 miles southeast of my hometown of Seneca Falls, New York, and about 130 miles north of your hometown in New York City. So if you if the Hudson River goes up, it's just west of the Hudson River.
Okay.
So Roger Pitt, he was a widower. When his wife passed away, he moved into a mobile home on his property, which then he allowed his son Rodney and Rodney's family to move into the primary home.
Okay.
In June of this year, Roger found out that his 17-year-old granddaughter's boyfriend, then 22-year-old Drew White, was living at that primary home, and he was furious. He also found out his granddaughter was pregnant. And so Roger demanded that Drew, the boyfriend, be removed, and he went in and he kicked Drew out.
Okay.
Fast forward a little bit, Hope, Roger's sister, she reported that October 5th was the last time that she had talked to Roger. When Hope began to ask Rodney, the one that lived in that primary residence on that same property, he had told Hope that Roger left and they hadn't seen him. They had an argument and he left. Hope apparently made a few trips to the property trying to look for him, but was unable to find any clues, and supposedly, I'm pretty sure assuming here that Rodney's story to Hope was the same.
Okay.
Like, that's all she knew, is that he just left. So on November 18th, Roger Pitt Sr. was officially reported missing. So you have Roger's sister Hope, the last time talking to him was October 5th. And then he was officially reported missing November 18th because there were no answers.
Okay. I just looked up his picture. He literally looks like Santa Claus. Literally.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So officially reported missing on November 18th. I mean, we're talking like 5 weeks ago, right? The town of Cairo, New York Police Department, they began an investigation. And as they dug into this case, the Greene County Sheriff's Office took it over. It was initially reported that Roger gathered his belongings, left the area in his 1987 Mercedes-Benz, and then according to the district attorney in Greene County, Rodney had told investigators, Rodney is the son that lives on the home, the primary home, Rodney said that he and Roger got into an argument about a $6,000 power bill. $6,000. I'd be pissed too. Are you kidding me? You're going to pay that shit. And then when they talked to Tanya, Rodney's wife, who is Roger's daughter-in-law, Tanya told police that Roger got into his car and left town to go on a hunting trip. So their stories were kind of starting to get a little inconsistent.
Yeah.
Things just didn't add up. So police dug a little deeper, and they discovered a chilling picture of a very different reality with strokes of premeditation and family betrayal.
Oh.
The Greene County Sheriff's Office conducted several search warrants on the property within a week of the investigation. One of these searches revealed the body of Roger Pitt Sr. buried in a shallow grave on his property.
Oh, my God.
The Greene County Sheriff Peter Kosminski said, quote, "After a few days, some information the family had initially reported didn't appear to be consistent with what was going on. As a result, we ended up recovering the remains of Roger Pitt, and we ended up recovering the victim's vehicle, which was disposed of at a local scrapyard," end quote. Of course, that's why they couldn't find the car, right? He got his car and he left.
When you drop something off to a scrapyard, isn't there a person that needs to, like, there's a person there, right? They can't just drop it off without nobody looking.
That's how they were able to find it. The Mercedes-Benz actually was recovered from Calvetta's scrapyard on Cotterskill Road in Catskill, New York.
Okay.
So with this, 3 people were arrested in connection in this case. Roger's son, 46-year-old Rodney Pitt, Rodney's wife, 43-year-old Tanya Pitt, and the granddaughter's boyfriend, 23-year-old Drew White.
Okay.
Rodney Pitt and Drew White, the 2 men, are the ones that are charged with murder, conspiracy, tampering with physical evidence, and concealment of a human corpse. Tanya, on the other hand, she's charged with tampering with physical evidence in a 6th-degree conspiracy. But both Tanya and Rodney, because they were talked to early on, face perjury charges for lying to police during their investigation.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Rodney Pitt, the son, wrote a sworn statement that Roger, quote, "was upset with me and my wife over a $6,000 electric bill. He told me to fix the fucking car and fix the bill. My dad then pushed my shoulders with both hands and left in his 1987 Mercedes-Benz 300, end quote."
That's a nice car.
Yeah.
I remember that car.
Yeah.
That was a nice car. he's driving around in style, that man, okay?
Mm-hmm. So the following day, Tanya Pitt told police that she had administered her father-in-law's medication on November 18th and that Roger and an unidentified third party went on a hunting trip. This was supposed to have been taking place November 16th and 17th in the Mercedes. But according
it's a weird car to go hunting in, though.
Right? But according to the indictment, Roger Pitt had already been dead for about a month at this point. And his car was scrapped on or about October 20th.
Oh my God, they are caught in a big way. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on December 1st, 3 weeks ago, the sheriff's office confirmed that Pitt's death was ruled a homicide due to sharp force trauma to the neck. Police believe that Roger was lured to his death by his son and his granddaughter's boyfriend, Drew, who later took steps to hide the evidence in their crime. Rodney and Drew conspired to lure Roger Pitt into their residence, restrain him, cut his throat, sometime between October 16th and October 18th, according to the indictment.
Oh my God.
After allegedly slashing Roger Pitt's throat with a box cutter type razor blade, the pair are accused of burying the body in the backyard and cleaning blood from the home the family shared on Old State Road 145. Now, Rodney and Drew then allegedly destroyed Roger Pitt's Social Security card, driver's license, and other forms of identification from his wallet, and they also allegedly hid his license plate inside a wall of their home. So dumb. He's so dumb.
Yeah, super dumb.
Now, based on physical evidence and an apparent timeline of events, police informed family members that the murder appeared to have been premeditated. From the planning, concealment, and disposal of both Roger's body and the physical evidence to the attempts to obstruct and hinder justice. On December 10th, like 2 weeks ago, all 3 were arraigned in the town of Coxsackie. Both Rodney Pitt and Drew White were remanded and stayed in the Greene County Jail without bail, and Tanya was released on an appearance ticket. Sheriff Kosminski told CBS Albany News Station that they believe the murder potentially took place on or about October 31st, even though it depends on the timeline, too, as far as, like, the time of death with the medical examiner.
Halloween kills Christmas.
Yeah, Halloween killed Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yes. Oh, my gosh. And the sheriff did say that it was a possible motivation over financial disputes. Well, the revelation that a homicide may have occurred over many disputes adds really a cold layer to a crime that's already unsettling. I mean, you have a $6,000 freaking power bill. That's ridiculous.
How do you drum up that? Like, what do you have, a huge party? Like, well, what is that? Like, who does, like...
Isn't it gas? Like, in that area, it's like all gas heating, too, isn't it? So it's not even like the heat. Most houses there are gas heating.
Oh, yeah. Or oil.
Or oil, yeah. Kerosene or whatever. So it's not power.
Yeah.
No.
So what
this is like electric.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
It's crazy.
Well,
Unless they were behind and they just kept, like, I don't know.
Well, yeah. And that's possible. It could have been late payments and it just added up kind of thing.
Yeah.
This time frame was provided based on the medical examiner during Roger's autopsy, and Sheriff Kosminski also said that it's been 5 years since Greene County had a homicide, and overall it is quote-unquote a relatively low-crime area. Now, such intimate betrayal shocks not only relatives and neighbors, but also the wider community. In a county where violent crime is rare, the thought that the father could be killed and concealed by his own son and extended family is a jarring disruption to the sense of safety and trust residents have held in that area. Beyond legal proceedings and forensic analysis, there is a grieving family, a community forced to reckon with this loss, and the lingering questions of why a man's life was ended by those closest to him. The emotional weight of betrayal coupled with the violent nature of the crime creates a narrative that is both tragic and deeply unsettling. The community of Cairo is left to grapple with the lingering sense of unease, a neighborhood that has been defined by quiet streets, familiar faces, and a strong sense of mutual trust now confronts a shocking reminder that violence can emerge within a family unit and the consequences can be irreversible. This dimension of this tragedy underscores the profound emotional complexity faced by those who knew Roger Pitt personally. This loss is not only of life, but of trust, security, and certainty that loved ones act in another's best interest.
Yeah.
Anyone with information related to this case should contact the Greene County Sheriff's Office at 518-943-3300. That's the story of the premeditated patricide, and our hearts and prayers, thoughts go out to the family. On this,
terrible.
Because they knew he was missing right away. Like, they knew something was going on. My question is, if the sister last talked to him on October 5th, it is possible that he left. Yes, maybe they got into an argument, and that maybe he did leave the area, or maybe just the sister hadn't talked to him in that 2-week time frame.
Yeah.
Did they keep him? Did they hold him hostage and wait to kill him? You know what I'm saying? That's. Either way, and of course this is very fresh, this is very new, a lot more will come out with trial and more details about what actually happened, but the premeditation is kind of just written all over this, and that's what's sad.
That's terrible. That is a horrible story. Oh my God.
The bastards who killed Santa.
Killed Santa on Halloween. The hell? That's so evil.
Yeah.
For your children to do that. That's so...
Where was the pregnant granddaughter during this, right? Maybe she didn't have a good relationship with her grandfather, right? He was trying to kick her boyfriend out of the house, and he was having all these rules and everything. Where is she in all this? So
she wasn't brought in. There's no mention of her?
I'm sure she was interviewed, but I didn't find anything. I don't even find her name. I think it's because she's still underage. But, yeah.
Well, do you see a picture of upstanding citizens? They really, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, how old are they?
Rodney is 46. Tanya, I believe, is 43. And Drew is 23.
Wow. They all look guilty.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry.
There were some admissions apparently as well. They kind of cracked and had some admissions, although they did plead not guilty during the arraignment. But we'll see what happens. They are held without bail, which is good.
Wow.
And Tanya wasn't... if I'm thinking about what happened, I don't know, but my kind of thoughts are Tanya is mad, right?
Yeah.
Rodney's like, well, I gotta fix this somehow. Drew's pissed off because he's getting evicted from the house, and then Rodney's got to pay the power bill. And they planned this, and maybe they tried to scare him at first, but Tanya apparently didn't know anything about the premeditation to it. She was just an accessory after the fact. concealing evidence.
She's the one who drove the car down.
Leanne, I bet they know that. It's not public knowledge right now, but I bet they do know who did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need a follow-up on this one.
Yes, and that's what I was thinking. We do a good case update on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And thank you to our anonymous chatter out there for providing this
we'll
case.
definitely do an update.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. That was a good story. A sad story because Santa
Sad
died,
story.
but not real Santa.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. All right. Well, we wouldn't dream of leaving you hanging. So for more chilling details and twists in this case and many others, check out After That Crime Chat, available exclusively on our Patreon.
And don't forget to follow us, CrimeChat and Nat and Kat, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, Rumble, and see what we got going on. This is our last episode of 2025.
And we killed Santa. What the hell is wrong with us?
Well, we did it. You bastards did.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you want more chilling content, behind the scenes chaos, become a VIP chatter on our Patreon. You'll unlock bonus episodes, bloopers, exclusive sneak peeks, and even free merch. And yes, we got some criminal goodies in the works, so support the show. Fuel your obsession with the weird and the wicked and join the Crime Chat chatter crew in style.
Yes. And be sure to check out our next episode is going to be another case update. So it's our second case update for season 5. And then after that, our regularly scheduled season 5 episode will come out on January 10th, and it is Natalie's story.
Yes.
New year, no new surprises.
No.
Not surprised about being surprised.
No. You don't want to miss it. Trust me.
We'll see you next time, chatters. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.